Hello, I'm Nige.
I'm Anders. Welcome to the Cheeky Extra. I've got a surprise for you, haven't I?
Yeah, but first of all, we've just finished recording our first ever beer kit review. And that was fraught with problems.
There were issues. We did takes, didn't we?
4 takes to get the intro.
Yeah, we did the takes.
It's going to be
we've become quite good at this, depending on how you look at it. But we're better than we were.
Worse.
Yeah, less worse. And but yeah, today was the first time that we genuinely had.
Yeah, but anyway, it might all come out in the wash. Okay. Anyway,
why not?
As we did last time, I gave Anders a wrapped up bottle of beer, so he didn't know what we were going to be tasting. And he's done the same to me. So I've got a bottle. It's all wrapped up, so I don't know what we're going to be tasting today.
No, you don't know. No. And you might be clueless when you open it up as well.
Oh.
Right. So go on, open it. Yeah, he's clueless.
Oh, I have no idea what.
This is a brewing company in Dorset called Gyle59.
Oh my God, 6.6.
Yeah. Yeah, and it bottle conditioned. And this is I haven't tried it myself.
Wow.
I've tried a couple of the Gyle59 beers, and they're very nice. They really are.
I've never heard of them.
No. There's a shop in the middle of
Gyle59. That's the name of the brewery.
Gyle59 is the brewery. Yeah.
I love the name of this beer. The Capitalist Hippy.
Capitalist Hippy. Yeah, absolutely.
I love 6.6, 66.
Yeah, but if you look on their website is useless. In fairness,
yeah.
If you're watching Gyle59, I'm sorry, but there's no information about that company at all.
Look at the bottle cap.
Yeah, oh yeah. I never noticed that before.
No expense spared. This is
no.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Well, go on, switch your beer cam on.
I will.
And let's
get it into the glass.
Let's delve into it, yeah. So yeah, Gyle59, like I say, I know very little about them. The website gives very little information about them out. They're based right on the border of Somerset and Dorset. And this is a Capitalist Hippy. Again, if you look on the website, this will tell you that it's a 5.9%.
Yeah.
Look at the bottle, and it will tell you it's not. It's 6.6%.
Well, it's got a little bit of haze in it. That's probably bottle conditioned.
Bottle conditioned, yeah. I like Nige. I've never tasted this before.
Oh wow. That's got a nice citrus burst on the aroma there.
Hasn't it? Yes, oh, that's lovely.
Anders, you have made my day.
Well, you haven't tasted it yet, you know.
Wow. I'm going in. This. Cheers. Thank you. Oh, the taste is completely different to the aroma. Not the bad way.
No, I'm getting a huge mango hit.
Yeah, it's that citrus burst there, and then it's that tropical fruit rather than the citrus that you're getting.
It's pineapple and mango in there, absolutely.
And quite a big bitterness on it. A lot of bitterness.
It's quite a dry beer, but it's taken a lot of time to disappear.
Yeah, there's a very dry quite harsh bitterness right on the very back end.
Yeah, but it hangs around for quite a while.
Which is bordering on pleasant and unpleasant. I don't know. I don't know which way to take it.
You're right. The aroma is of citrus, and there's virtually no citrus in there whatsoever.
No. Very interesting beer. No. There is a certain heaviness to this beer. It's not light.
No.
It's the sort of one I don't think you could have 3 or 4 pints. Well, you couldn't. 6 pints.
No, you couldn't.
Great, but you probably wouldn't want another one because it's quite full-bodied. Quite not full-bodied, full.
It's full on. It's in your face, and yeah, you'd be silly to take on more than 1 or 2, really.
It's got as I'm going down, it's a little bit syrup coming in the back.
You're getting that? Well. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Anyway, this is a cheeky extra. Have you got an album behind you?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm so sorry. But what I have got,
is
a book. It's a book.
Are you trying to get sophisticated now?
No, because it's to do with music.
All right, that's all right then.
Okay. This is a book called Perfect Sound Whatever, and it's written by James Acaster, comedian.
I've seen him live actually.
So have I. And he, he had a breakdown beginning of 2017, and decided that he would try and deal with this by buying as much music from 2016 as he could.
Which was the year that you broke down on?
That was the year that he broke down, yeah.
Or leading up to the break. Okay.
Led up to the breakdown, basically. He purports that 2016 is the greatest year for music ever.
I wouldn't have put that up there.
It's, well, as a bloke who's slightly, older.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't have done either, but
no.
We've had chats before about albums that have been, the big one for me was Black Star by Bowie. That came out in 2016. I still haven't listened to that. Oh, it's an astonishing album. And it's proper sad as well. There's some beautiful lines in there. Like I'll never see it. It really does seem to be. It could just be reading it in reading his death into it. Yeah. But songs that talk about the fact he'll never see the English fields again and stuff like that.
So obviously he knew he was dying when he was recording that.
I kind of think so, but I don't know. But there are other albums that came out that year that I would never have given 2 minutes to. And I have to say that if you go on to, he does a podcast based on this as well. And there's just tons of stuff that came out in 2016 that is interesting. There's always that theory that music isn't as good as it used to be. That stuff like it's become more commercial. But in fairness, music's always been.
That's funny because I remember in about, when did I go to university? It's 91, and then I got married, and suddenly I lost track of a bit of music. Got married and got grown up and did stuff, and before I knew it, Britpop was happening and all that was going on, and I was missing it. I wasn't too fussed about it. I remember meeting with yourself and our mutual friend Glenn. And I said something like, all modern music's crap. There's nothing decent coming out. And he said, listen to this, Nige. And I was sat in the room with you and Ben, and he put like Tindersticks album on.
Oh God.
I thought, oh, that's fantastic. And it reignited my love of music and started searching for modern stuff. Although that was from the 90s, but I just missed it because I was growing up.
You're doing other stuff, yeah. And again, in fairness, I would say that I you get to a certain age and you can't be bothered to go and start looking for new albums.
No.
Because it's too tricky. But it's all there. There's plenty of stuff out there.
But when you have children and they grow up and then you start listening to what they're listening to, and you suddenly realise your playlists are packed with what they're listening to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But playlists are easy now. When we were younger, putting a playlist together, you had to put the album on, record it on your cassette,
yes,
and then get the next track and record it. And it was an afternoon's work putting a playlist together.
Oh, but it was a playlist made with love, wasn't it?
It was, but now you can put one in minutes together.
Yeah, it's strange that, but So 2016, I would have laughed. The 2 albums came out that year. I forget. There's an album by Kanye West came out in 2016, and I listened to that a couple of times, and it gets better each time. There's also Lemonade by Beyonce, which, again, I think I probably talked to you about that way back and thought, well, that's all right. But I've listened to it and it gets better and better with every listen. But then you've got some prog recorder album out there. Some guy with a whole load of different sized recorders to create a prog album.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
See, this bottle says best before 6th of the 4th, 22, which is next year. When you've got a highly hot beer, as I suspect this was,
yeah,
ideally it's good for 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, that's interesting, that, isn't it?
Because the hop hit goes very quickly. It dissipates. Which is, I've had this a lot with local small microbreweries. They'll have a beer and you'll buy it, and it just, by the time you get to the end of it, overwhelming bitterness because the flavorings have gone. Now, when they first bottled it, it probably tasted absolutely fantastic. But these small breweries don't product test things properly. They don't put the bottle on the shelf and leave it 6 months and say, well, taste it now, but well, that's no good. Right, how can we fix that? We thought, oh, that tastes great, bottle it, off we go. Look up the regulations. That means we've got to have a sell-by date, this on it, and off they go. Which you can understand because when you're a small business, you just want to
and they've got to get stuff out, let's face it.
When you're putting it out in good faith because it tastes fantastic, but the deterioration because in the hops in shorter term, it happens. In their defense, this still tastes okay, but it's not, I reckon, if they've got a fresh batch of this and you're tasting it, it is going to be absolutely sublime.
Yeah, it's a possibility, certainly. Yeah.
Well, we've just had a little break.
And a bit of an epiphany as well.
We had a natter for ages without drinking any beer, and we've just had a little sip. And the beer's changed.
Completely. I'm getting, because the mango is very in your face. The mango and pineapple.
And both of them are quite upfront. It was, for me, the bitterness and syrup was starting to take over. I've just had a sip. And
something's changed, and I'm not quite sure what it is. There's
enhanced fruitiness.
it is, but it's taken away because that mango and pineapple taste has a certain creaminess to it, a certain smoothness to it. This has
it's got smoother. It's got
Oh, have you? Do you think?
Yeah, it's just transformed. What an incredible beer.
I don't know what to say.
During our
Yeah.
discussions at a little break we've just had,
Mm.
I was almost going to write this off. And just
Yeah.
before we started filming again, I took a sip and I thought, oh,
We both took a sip at the same time, didn't we?
yes, we both got.
Before we go back in, we said, and we both went, "Oh, hello." Changed. And yes, it has, and it's all for the better. And I'm not quite sure what I'm getting now, but I'm getting something different.
I just put
It's
it
a little
down.
bit more tart, as far as I'm concerned.
I think the bitterness and it's just mellowed. The harshness that I was getting in the middle is just mellowed, and I don't want the last bit to finish because it's so nice now.
Yeah, it is. Now, you and I think, both had this one in the fridge, didn't we?
Oh, had what, sorry?
Had it in the fridge.
Yes.
Yes. So perhaps we've just hit the right temp for it. I don't know.
Might be.
Could be.
Yeah, I didn't have it in the fridge that long.
No. Okay.
Well, a couple hours. I don't know, but this is fantastic.
It's bloomed.
Yes.
Right down towards the bottom. It's bloomed.
Like that. It's worth a punch.
Yes. If you can find it, if you live in Wimborne or
Dorset region.
Dorset.
Where is it based?
Well, it's just outside of Chard. Chard is in Somerset.
Yeah.
Thorncombe,
Yeah.
I think it is, which is just inside Dorset. It's just it's got a Chard postcode. Yeah, it just, that's the ugly duckling with feathers all short and brown.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely. All finished now.
Yeah, all gone.
So if you like our ramblings, like and subscribe. Sorry, I'm just around this bit now, but yes, all finished.
All finished. So thank you for watching. Until the next time, au revoir.
Goodbye.